Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen, to this RGL.GG Week 3 matchup on CP Process. We got something special for you tonight, something that we haven't really done, at least ahead of time, but we're doing it for you tonight. It is a double header matchup. First, we're going to be starting off with Cat Noises versus Pancake Waffle Rifle. You know, get some syrup inside of this battle. It's going to be so sappy good. And then on the second matchup, it is going to be King's Crew versus Prevail. Apparently, Prevail has chosen Zeus to represent themselves or something along those lines. And King's Gods, something good there. There's some sort of matchup that can be going on. But either of these teams, three of these teams, I should say, are undefeated right now. How many teams are going to be walking away undefeated going into the fourth week? That is what we're going to be finding out here as we come into CP Process. I am Sigafu. My boy to my side is Alto, and behind the scenes is Daffodil. Not Daffodil. I got Daffodil in my mind. I was yelling at him just a second ago to hurry the heck up. But I got Dolphin behind the scenes. How you doing out here, Alto?
Doing good. Almost coughed a bit during that pancake waffle rifle pun. But excited to be out here. First time casting the No Restriction Sixes League, so had the chance to play in it a little bit in one of the lower divs, and it's a ton of fun. Just being able to say, all right, well, at this point, I'm gonna come up pyro here. Go in, die, doesn't work, come up something else. You already have one, doesn't matter. Keep doing it. So I've been having a ton of fun with it from what I've played, and I'm really excited to cast it.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see, especially watching Cat Noise's success last week against Froyotech, having the huge upset, taking them down 2-0 on Upward. Coming into this map, I'm very curious to see what we're going to see. One thing that came up is Nursey, after the fight, after the Froyotech match, kind of was like, what, maybe double medic is better on payload, but I still think single medic is better on 5 CP. And so we'll have a chance to see. It looks like, we're going to see Cat Noises run double medic again. So I'm very curious to see kind of what's going to be happening between these two teams. But we can kind of go over these rosters. Cat Noises has mixed it up a little bit since last week. They have Boar now stepping in, Pete, Speedy, Jarrett, Daffodil, and Phantom. So I'm guessing Daffodil and Phantom are probably going to be their two medics if they run two medics, or I'm not exactly sure what they're going to be doing with that. And do you got the Pancake Waffle Rifle roster up in front of you?
Yeah, it looks
Alto?
like they're going to have a couple of ringers coming in as well. Animus and Zabungalow are going to be ringing for Pancake Waffle Rifle, with Fracklin, Exer Herb, Hedgehog Hero, and Tomato Tom coming in to round out the rest of that roster. Not 100% sure on that, on Exer's pronunciation there. It's a bit of an odd name. But yeah, they are coming into this week 2-0. I think their strength of schedule has been a little weaker than Cat Noises. So I'd look towards Cat Noises again after beating Froyotech. You got to be considered the favorites coming in here. But coming into this first mid, we will be seeing double medics on both sides, and it looks like double quick fix on the side of Cat Noises.
And Medigun Vaccinator on the side of Pancake Waffle Rifle. We'll call him PWR to keep it easy here. As a Delman, actually, for PWR is going to be getting out here first. But those quick fixes is allowing the medics to be very up close and personal inside of this fight. But not getting a lot of ground early on here.
Double
but
heavy
almost
PWR.
Yeah,
as I say that, yeah, Boar coming in, going to take out Zabungalow and Annie. So Frags quickly going over. Hedgehog Hero as well, going down. Are coming in doing work, as it's almost a wipe. Oh, that is going to be a full wipe coming in for Cat Noises off this mid.
So there's one thing that I always find really funny is about Sixes players who talk about how heavy on mids is really, like, it's impossible to counter. It's so powerful. And I'm like, just run a sniper. Like, you'll instantly win. And that's exactly what happened there. Just one sniper took down double heavies, and that complete wipe is allowing them to go on to this next point here. So you can see the strategy of running Boar out here early on that sniper is working out well for them. We'll see if they can keep up that damage with the Scout, Soldier, Demo, and Sniper, as looks like they're going to quick fix into the final point now.
Double quick fix and the conch all coming in there, just flying into the spawn. Pete's going to go down, but otherwise frags are going into Cat Noise's favor. Annie, Bungalow, X are all going down. It's just really Hedgehog Hero out right now with Tomato Tom. He may not be long for this world, though, as the point starts getting flooded. Yeah, Tomato Tom going to go down. Oh, Franklin getting shot right out of spawn. Fracklin, excuse me. Hedgehog Hero's going to go down, and Cat Noises come in and take the quick first round. Boar with 11 points.
Yeah, Boar definitely carrying his weight on this team. I'm going to guess that we're not going to see two heavies coming out to this next mid, and that's exactly it. PWR is going to be running double Demo, a Soldier as well as a Scout, so they're going a little bit more on the mobility route. We'll see if the double Demo can help lock down some of these areas, but again, maybe going a little bit more Scouts, a little bit more mobility to try to counter the Sniper of Boar with the natural speed of the Scouts.
Yeah, and it looks like this one's going to be a little bit slower. No full team wipes happening yet. Here comes Exeter. They're going and hit that bomb's going to get hard denied. He gets Mad Milk as well. Haven't seen that item in a hot minute. As it looks like that is Annie trying to get in onto the Cat Noises combo here. Not going to find too much, and with both of these quick fix medics, not too much damage is going to stick. Exer is going to go down as well, so Cat Noise is still coming in. There's Boar finding his first frag of the mid onto Hedgehog Hero. That Machina body shot. Tomato Tom cannot escape out. The Vax bullet shield was on Zabungalow, maybe protecting him from the sniper. He's running for his life right now, kiting out into the lobby. Looks like he will escape.
But they're chasing him.
No.
They want him. The
No,
pan comes out. The quick fix comes out as well, and he's going to take down Nate as well. But yeah, I mean, I guess they wanted to keep the Devil Man alive, but they're already into the final point right now. They haven't capped mid yet, and they're going to continue on here. So PWR just struggling. I think the big thing that happened in that mid fight for Cat Noise is that as they are trying to camp PWR in their spawn, is that they played as an absolute unit, if you will. They were all around each other. They played just 6 players around, whereas PWR was trying to jump in, make plays, but you can't do that. You know, they were getting so easily denied, and then the 2 medics were healing, so even if you got damage onto the medic, they would just live. And this is a black box soldier with 2 medics on top of him.
Yeah,
both he's not
both
gonna
meds
die.
got into bunker. Oh no, he does go down though. He jumps away from the meds, and it's only going to be both meds on Pete right now. So the Uber's, not the Uber, but the Omega Scout coming in. Not going to live too long though. That quick fix not giving you full buff, and PWR are going to come out and actually end up defending last. Felt like Cat Noises got a little ahead of themselves there, you know, pushing into last before capping mid. Unfortunately, not going to go as the last round did for them, but PWR are going to come back in on second and might be able to roll this momentum into mid.
That's gotta make me eat my words so quickly, do you, Black Box Soldier Man? Well, either way, they do capture the second point, as you said. And just a reminder, this is a doubleheader, so this is the first matchup of 2 of the tonight. And the Soldier tries to use Quick Fix to bomb in, but he gets completely messes that up, pops the medics in the wrong way. The Demo Man's gonna go down as well. And this is looking to be a better exchange in the favor of it, and now it's just Boar as well as the medic running away here to the middle point. And Quick Fix only has about 20% on it as Boar's running away, but he's locking down the choke slightly, but the bullet resistance hopefully will stop that Delman, but he eats a lot of damage falling through this guy as a Boar using that Machina, which is banned in every other league for good reason, but the respawn's already up for Cat Noises and they want to contest this.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna say something along the lines of like when you run the quick fix, you know, you want to maybe try running pick classes or something to, you know, kind of take advantage of that lessened overheal. At least on sniper, you know, you don't have to go through all of that help, just because when you're running spam classes for the quick fix, it's kind of counterintuitive. But PWR, you know, proving me wrong before I even get that out, they're taking mid and they're playing really aggressively right now. They do have this ad on. Is that a double Vax? No, that's a Vax and a normal Uber, I believe.
Yes,
But both of Cat Noise's medics are very close to having that quick fix right now. They are going to end up losing their own second, actually, as they're just not able to find any picks. Boar going down means that, you know, they are kind of just unable to really get in there, find that opening with only, you know, Demo and Scout up right now. And we've seen PWR pushing it to last.
This is going to be risky. They don't have anything to do this with. It's just the Vax as well as the Medigun to be able to try to go in. There's 2 quick fixes ready to defend this, but we'll see if they're able to do anything with it. 2 Devilmen on the defense. Here comes out the Pyro as well. That's actually a great way to counter the Vax and their mechs because they cannot do the Pyro or the Flame resistance as long as with the explosive. And so down goes one. He's going for the Medic as well. So much burning takes him down. Down goes the back Medic, and he continues going. He gets the Force off as well, and that's it right there. Using a Pyro to help counter the back medic is actually really strong. We saw that last week inside of Upward because you want to keep it on explosive or bullet, but when you have to switch to Pyro, then you get annihilated by everybody else, and it really just does not work out well. And great job out of Cat Noises using that, but they're struggling to push out here. Lose 1 early on, make that 2. And the Scout's going to suicide as well. 14-second, 20-second respawns. Yeah, this has got to be it for PWR. They're going to take their first round this game almost certainly.
Yeah, Speedy's on that Pyro again, trying to defend the point. He's getting in there, getting some good flame damage, but the flame resistance comes out. Tomato Tom gets 2 saws on the point, and it looks like the point is going to go in. It's just, Phantom forgetting that you cannot block the point with a quick fix Uber. I think that's a bug that got added a while ago, but it either hasn't been fixed or has been left as intended. But PWR are going to tie up this game.
Well, you can't capture, yeah, so I guess I thought it was they added in that you can't block, but either way, coming out to this mid-fight...
Yeah, you can't block with it. If you're quick fixing on the point, you might as well be invisible.
Yeah, these 2 Devilmen here out early on for PWR are taking ground, trying to control it on their side. As you see Cat Noises, they're playing a little bit further away from each other, now kind of grouping back up as the unit. They do take down one as Pete went down early on here, so they're only onto explosive classes besides Boar, so that's going to help out the Vaccinator medic a little bit more. The medic actually gets out of position with this rocket jump. The Scout's going to be able to take him down as it's a 4v4 fight, make that a 3v3 as both sides losing it. The Soldier with the black box will take down one more, so now it's just the Demo and medic. But it's Bungalow, he's going to get left alone as Tomato Tom gets separated out from him. And Cat Noises will win their third mid fight, but will this turn into another round for them?
It just feels like those double quick fixes on mid are so hard to do anything into, just, with spam, because you have that increased healing rate where if you're just doing small amounts of damage over and over again, that reduced overheal doesn't matter as much. It's just the fact that everyone's going to be sitting, in that 30 to 40% overheal range. So they're getting into second here after another dominant mid. Board didn't even really have to do anything there. They just won it through, sheer health alone.
They're holding on here. Now they do have the one quick fix ready to go. The other medic's at 65%. Vaccinator is able to ready to go. The Medigun, I'm kind of curious if I would keep with the Medigun. Obviously get the overheal with it, but they've only used that once. And so here we go. The Conch coming in, the speed boost as well as the quick fix. They're coming in straight into spawn. Boom! Down goes one right in the spawn door. But will they be able to defend this? They have the Soldiers as well as the Delman. Two Delman to be able to defend this. The explosive resistance doing a great job against that Soldier. The Scout's trying to come in and try to counter that as well. But he gets blasted back. Soldier, again, in that upper catwalk area, trying to get down damage, but the Vaccinator just too strong. The second quick fix is going to come out and get some damage down onto the medic, but just not enough. Nobody is dying in this fight. But Speedy, he's going to go down. It's a 4v3 fight, but they're not able to get much more with this, and it seems like when they go in with that, they really need to get multiple resistances going in onto the team. They're continuing to fight this, but Cat Noises will not win this. They just were not able to get any damage in that fight.
Yeah, that's like one of the downsides about that quick fix coming in, though, is that you can still burst through it, and Boar lands the ridiculous shot onto Tomato Tom as he's getting Boston Badger. Puts a little taunt in the chat right there, so a bit of silver lining. PWR is going to come back in and take up second. Fight and choke going on right now. Lots of spam coming in, but it looks like that Pete on the Pyro going to get him in, get a reflect pipe kill, deny a ton of that damage. So the cap isn't in yet. We get Big Bomb coming out of Speedy, gonna stop them from getting that. And with the cap not going in, the rest of PWR is just gonna have to back until last.
I'd be tempted if I was on the defensive side here, maybe to go spy. I guess you can't really, you just need to focus on the defense, but if you can get a back cap here, it'd save you so much. But oh my god, the Devilman to be able to do this, they're trying, it's not going to be enough though.
We got a back cap, they need something to defend last. We're just going to see Cat Noises flood in there. Really unfortunate that I believe it was Tomato Tom and Xer just getting caught out in that spawn shutter. Almost made it back out. And if they were both alive, then maybe you'd see something, but the jumps coming in from Cat Noises is just too much to handle, as Cat Noises are now at match point.
Yeah, Cat Noise is also mixing up. They're running a Medigun and Quick Fix here out to the mid-fight. Medigun and Vaccinator still for PWR. They've not switched up their Medigun styles. They're also running pretty much the same classes, both Demoman, Soldier, and Scout, but again, it hasn't really been doing too much
on
from the
Scout,
Soldier.
Pete on Pyro, though, and Pete's gonna come in and get a kill right away.
Yeah, he's taking down Herb, who jumped into them, but, I mean, again, it's just like, I feel like Xer Herb is just kind of playing this like you would in restrictive sixes, where you're going to kind of just bomb in onto the enemy team, but it's just not working. You're not going to take down bombing into two medics with an entire team alive. And just another mid-fight in the favor of Cat Noises. Will we see PWR have a chance to defend this final point as they're getting caught out here? Great job catching him out in Shutter.
The explosive resistance stalled it a little bit, but yeah, Pete picking up a second reflect pipe. They are pushing into Shutter on last with no one left on mid. Rio's gonna jump back with Phantom, I guess, because they just need to flood back and take mid. They got the kills and they're gonna have those Uber ads right now, but otherwise they didn't actually end up getting that much ground off of that. So PWR is gonna have some time to regroup and maybe try to get up a defense of their own.
Yeah, just a little bit of cockiness coming out of Cat Noise. Is just going for frags over the objective, which ultimately is what's gonna win you the game. And so here we go, Pyro's coming in through IT, coming up here, using that Uber charge straight onto enemy team, going onto that Soldier, getting a lot of damage onto. Here comes in the bomb in with the quick fix as well. They're trying to pop up one medic. That medic should go down. I believe that's one with Medigun.
No, he gets
Actually,
an
he's gonna
arrow
get
at the
out.
last
Oh
moment.
my god!
Fracklin juking for his life, dips down to about 2 HP, but ends up getting saved by the other medic. The Pyro, not too good at WM1 killing when you've got a med on the med. Just, it's the pub effect. Two meds healing each other suddenly become invincible to some of the classes. The push is gonna completely backfire. But Spy, Boar showing his mastery of the other pig class, gonna take out Fracklin. I believe that might have been a drop, or it was a Vaccinator.
So it's always a drop.
Yeah, but he will go down, but definitely putting some style points in there, as it looks like the rest of Kano is gonna try to come back into mid.
they'll try, but they are down numbers right now, down at least one. So I don't know how much further they're going to get with this. But they do have 100% ready to go here for the offense coming out from this mid-fight. Well, they'll see what they can do. They should catch out the Soldier here early on. He's going to jump in. He goes down, and here comes out the Overcharge. It's going to grab the Delman as well, but the Pyro's doing a great job blasting him back. The Cow Mangler is going to be forcing out the enemy team back into Shutter, but they kind of want to re-engage with this, but without having any quick fix or mini-get ready to go, they're going to have to give this up, and PDR might be able to run this on all the way through, but ooh, Extra Herb getting a little bit aggressive there on him on his own. 16-second respawn for him. Now it's going to be the advantage, at least in terms of mediguns for the defense, and they also are going to be running an engineer as well.
4 up on the second pyro as well, so it looks like no, we will see Pete switch off the sniper. Speedy's going engineer now, yeah, so gonna have a two really offensive classes here. No more double pyro, but yeah, it looks like PWR are just content to kind of sit outside of last right now, build up that Uber, get that full Vaxi going, because one thing I feel like that has been a little undervalued is that with the Vaxi, if you have multiple charges, you can get multiple resistances going at the same time. So, you know, it's not, at least with the actual charges, so if you have 75%, you have, you know, 2-3 seconds of essential, you know, near full immunity to damage. Yeah, other than Spy, really, just backstabs are the only thing that can get you there, but no backstabs on the side of Cat Noises right now.
Yeah, Boar was on Spy for a second there. He might have just been checking, but here comes out the Uber charge in onto the final point, but how are they going to do it? Pyro's doing a great job reflecting as well as the Wrangler, keeping the gun alive. It is not going down, and here we go. The Devilman's trying to fight it, but the gun's going to come back out. 3 frags going in the favor of Cat Noises. Make that 4. The Soldier gets taken down as well. So much time focusing that sentry gun. And the Scout is actually, oh, he's hiding. No one saw him, but the gun's still alive. He's not going to be able to do much here. He's going to try to make a play onto the Pyro, but yeah, he's going to go down ultimately, almost certainly. And in that final point there, you know, if they know that they have the level 3 gun on the final point, I think going Spy there would have been beneficial there for PWR. Get the sap, get that gun taken down right there, and then you basically have a useless engineer, and you have a useless Spy, kind of, but he can at least still try to make a play. And their lack of focus on that sentry gun really did them in. They really needed to focus on that sentry gun a lot more. As look at Cat Noise instead of rolling into the mid here.
Well, they are. Boar's going to go down pretty quickly, though. Maybe you're going to see him switch back off. Speedy has opted to stay on Engineer, bringing his gun out into second. But, oh, there goes Pete running in on Fracklin. And Brio with the pan is chasing the other medic. He will go down. But both meds almost going down. Disaster partially averted. But, yeah, the gun going to come and take out Annie. And Speedy now with that Wrangler and Rescue Ranger. Oh, he Rescue Rangers the gun up before it can get Cow Mangle disabled. Some wild plays coming out. But Extra's going to chase him into Shutter. He's going to take him out? Maybe, yes, finally. With that extra damage. But there's another Engineer up. Borg went up Engineer to save Speedy's gun.
Not only that, but he's on Cow Mangler, so he can't do anything. Hedgehog will get a kill on Pete, who was making a flank play onto the Soldier, but, I mean, this is the downside of running Cow Mangler. I mean, you got kind of a natural counter there. Then with the Engineer, he's running straight into him. He's trying to disable it, but, again, disabling does no damage, but here comes out the Delman. They're trying to focus it down, but they still haven't taken down the gun. It's still alive as Supercharge gets used out inside a lobby here. No one's really gaining ground. Pete is just about to come back up as it's a 5v6 fight now, make it a 6v6, and PWR, very awkward push there. I would be switching off Cow Mangler almost certainly if I was Exit Herb coming up next life.
Yeah, switch off that Mangler, got on the DH, but it looks like they're going to see PWR taking through right side. Is going to miss, actually. No, it went down. It went down to a crossbow, actually. But yeah, there's a lot of ground being gained by PWR into last right now. They're playing near that far side spawn gate, but they're moving on to point. The quick fix is going to come out onto Pete, but they're not going to be able to block the point if anyone gets on it, and they're just going to take it. Twice now, Cat Noise is losing the cap with someone on it thanks to that quick fix Uber. So, you know, it's working well on mids, but clearly not on last.
Oh my goodness. Well, here we go. Match point. This is it. Final round of the night for this match. We have another one coming up after this. So again, stick around. This is not it for the night. We have another full game going on here once this gets done. But here we come out to the final mid-fight, as it's going to be the Delman taking charge up here. Again, both teams running almost identical lineups as they did last round, but Cat Noise has been so strong in mid-fights, and I think they will continue to do this way. But actually, yeah, PWR, they're playing it safer, but they just don't have the heals. They're just seems to be just taking more damage. Oh my goodness! Over the top Speedy as well as Pete doing so much damage, and now it's just 2 medics, 1 scout, and well, they're not going to be able to defend this. They're going to have to back off and see how many players they can keep alive.
Doing a lot right now. Only explosive damage on the side of Cat Noise, but no, Annie gonna get whipped. That melee damage cutting right through the Vaxi. Gonna get another one, Speedy, onto the med there. lots of pan frags coming out, I think, thanks to that Vax, but the whip gonna get some time in the spotlight as well.
So double soldier on the side of Cat Noises, single demo, one scout. So no, they have not been running to pyro for a while here. Kira comes in the demo, way deep, trying to get onto the enemy team. Does get one. This other one goes down. What can they do to defend this? They have to send out everything. The 3 players alive to.
Boar on the soldier gonna jump in and take it on his own. That's gonna be the 3-2 coming in as a win for Cat Noises.
And there you go, GG's come out, and let's switch it up here. Let's get to the second game. If they're not ready yet on the second game, we'll take a look at logs. So we're going to go over to King's Crew versus Prevail here, as Cat Noises sets themselves up. They are now undefeated. They're the only top undefeated team, but Pancake Waffle Rifle definitely showing their own on 5CP.
Yeah, just a really chaotic game. You know, after that first mid-fight, you just thought, oh, you know, here it comes. This is the same Cat Noises that just came in and took that, you know, flawless win over Froyo last week, but PWR made it competitive. You know, I think they showed that some of the things Cat Noises were doing, like the quick fixes, were good on mid, but you know, not nearly as good on last. When your Uber doesn't allow you to block point, you know, that can definitely be a downside of it. You know, the sniper Boar was working great when he was on, but we saw in that second round wasn't able to find any frags, and it felt like they were down 5v6 the entire time. So, you know, ultimately, gonna be a win for Cat Noises, and I think they could have maybe made that a little quicker if they were playing a tad more seriously. You know, remembering to cap the mid after they won the fight.
Right.
But you know, I think it just goes to show that there's still so many, you know, interesting combinations and kind of nuances about this game mode that everyone's still working out. You know, maybe the quick fixes are good on mid, but maybe you lose those, you back up onto the last. That's when you switch off. You know, it's worth giving up that 30% Uber you may have on it to get a medigun that'll let you defend.
And with all these crazy classes and class compositions that can be used to defend here, what do you think? Like, I'm looking at this right now. I think the average round time from that game, which was a 3-2 game, was only about 3 minutes per round, roughly.
Felt like age
3 to 4. Yeah. I just want to give kudos to Boar. I'm looking at, so we can pull up the logs here. It looks like the I guess maybe the game is live. Actually, I think this is a live game. I thought the game wasn't live, but no, the game's not live.
No,
the game's not live. No, they're not capturing the middle point. I was like, I don't think it's live. So yeah, so we're waiting for the next game to go. I was like kind of freaking out. But no, so let's take a quick look at the logs here as we wait for King's Crew versus Prevail to get started up here. So top fragging in that game was Rio and Speedy at 21 frags. Actually, Boar as well. They have literally the top 3 fraggers at 21 kills each. And I can't even see. We're going here. So we're live up now. King's Crew versus Prevail. Who is going to be coming out on top here? This is doubleheader tonight. Cat Noises won the first game at 3-2 over PWR. I'll let you take it out on this first mid-fight, as it looks like we're seeing single medic from both sides.
Single medic from both sides, but King's Crew running lucrative on the Kritzkrieg with 3 soldiers into process middle. So there are going to be some flight plans on the slate tonight as they're starting to move in. They're all coming out of IT actually as well, and the soldiers are starting to jump, get that high ground. Spam coming in with only a single med on the side of Reyna. Looks like they're not going to be able to do too much. The frags are being traded back and forth right now, slightly in favor of King's Crew. But no, yeah, King's Crew actually coming in, going to take this pretty solidly. Only Jets on that scout getting out alive.
Yeah, and just to point out here a little bit of background, King's Crew is currently 1-1. Prevail is currently 2-0. So Prevail is hoping to be the second team to be undefeated in this league after Cat Noises won in the previous game. But very solid opening fight there for King's Crew, as they do have 100% charge on that Kritzkrieg ready to go here. It's just a question of how they're going to be able to use it. As double defender, so we have double demo, double engineer here on the defense with a sniper as well. So a lot of defensive classes coming up here, which actually probably is a good idea against the Kritzkrieg.
Yeah, exactly. That Chris isn't going to do anything onto the gun, and if you have sticky traps, you know, you don't have that Uber charge to get past it, so you're going to need to spend time going in around that. Shay coming up on sniper as well, as it looks like the double engineers build up a gun faster. They're going to switch off, but the crits comes out, takes out the Engie. That gun is not going to be long for this world, but frags are being traded back and forth right now, and King's Crew is coming out on top. Those crits coming in handy. Sandblast's going to be the last one to go down.
Ouch.
The cap's going to come in, and King's Crew takes an early lead.
Yeah, complete wipe on the favor of King's Crew as they come out in that first middle fight, despite all of those defensive classes for Prevail. Ultimately, you know, if you just have a better push coming in, you have the Kritzkrieg Just great job there executing as we come out to this next mid-fight. We're seeing double medic now here for Prevail. We'll see if that helps him out. Quick fix as well as Vaccinator. But here we go. Soldier in. Very aggressive bomb onto that med pack. Does take it. As the Soldier's going to go in onto one of the medics. Is not going to be able to get it with the explosive resistance coming up here. But Prevail now, they're getting caught out in their choke. They have to be careful here if they want to contest this mid. Because they need to get out of being in that small area.
Yeah, they have the numbers advantage, and they have the heal advantage too with double meds, so they're coming back in right now. Shay's gonna go down, but more on King's Crew dropping. Sandblast picks up 2 soldiers before going down to Jonathan Michael, and the meds now are just healing each other with bullet resistance. Oh no, but that's Jets taking the beam off of BM. Gonna let his fellow medic die. Gonna take out Rain as well. Jonathan Michael going absolutely huge right now in terms of stalling this point. He's gonna force that is Jets and Lizar back off of it right now. And he may have just single-handedly won his team the mid.
He did. He absolutely did. He took that on 2v4, took down 2 players, and that's absolutely huge there. And I think the thing is that, but actually Prevail, they're not giving this mid-fight up. It's only halfway captain. They're coming back in here. They do have the numbers locally, I believe right now, it's a 4v3 fight, close quarters. But the scout, Jonathan Diamond, will go down. Now it's just a soldier. He's going to bomb in onto the medic, knowing opposite just to get back out. As he had that overkill, he's going to just jump back out to choke. As it looks like King's Crew is going to give up this midpoint finally, as they got the ×6 Vaccinator ready to go. Quick fix 20%, as it's Medigun and Vaccinator for the blue side of King's Crew. So some different Medigun choices, but both teams are using Vaccinator right now.
Yeah, choosing to go for the sewer push. Big bomb coming in out of Felon, gonna go down. Again, that explosive resistance nullifying these bombs so heavily. And there's Rain getting a chase in onto Oki, gonna take him out as well. Sandblast now, these 2 scouts are just running wild all over King's Crew and all over this point. Lucrative on point is gonna kind of be left alone a little bit. And that's all Rain, or Shay lands the shot onto Paul Dog. Rain finally going down, but the cap looks like it's gonna go in favor of Prevail right now, as Lucrative goes down as well. So no meds up on the side of blue.
Yeah, and they have 7 seconds for a couple respawns to be able to defend this. They do have the quick fix ready to go, but they only have 5 alive. They're following this Delman in here on this far right-hand side. How much can they do with the Delman's going to come up as well as the soldier try to defend this. The soldier also from behind. They're getting a decent amount of damage, but not getting the frags and with the bullet resistance as well as the Pyro trying to come out here doing miracle plays, but it probably won't be enough to scout alone on point. And King's Crew, they're sending everything at it, but yeah, that's not going to be enough. Prevail come down, tying this up 1-1.
I think the switch to the double medics, especially with that Vaccinator coming in as well, was huge, and as why this round went so differently. You know, the triple soldier came out, and I feel like that's kind of a cheese, you know, hoping that they're only going to have 1 med. You don't have enough heals to deal with the spam, but they're running it again. It looks like class comps are going to be the same otherwise. Going to be interested to see how this mid turns out, but Paul Dog going for a really fast bomb into IT.
Yeah, he's going to go all the way around. He's going to make a flank play on to Prevail as a scout. Jonathan's going straight into them. And here we go. Here comes the flank play, but he was actually spotted out. The scouts saw him. He will get a frag onto the snipers. That'll make it a little bit more comfortable for King's Crew, as it's a 4v5 fight, make it a 3v5 fight. I don't know what they're going to be able to do with this. A single medic, they try to get a little bit aggressive with it, but they weren't able to get enough damage onto Prevail, as they're going to opt to back out here and probably just defend second.
Yeah, that Mad Milk we see Rain on also doing, you know, a ton of, I'm not sure if that's Rain or Sandblast or both, but definitely one of the more powerful, you know, scout secondaries, because it's just so hard to take a fight. And here we see the Uber's going to get forced out with the quick fix and Vax in return. No one dead on the side of Prevail yet. Exile's not going to be able to land any kills. Here comes Oki getting in onto mid, gonna take out Sandblast and Rain, and Jets actually on all the frags are coming in for King's Crew right now. Shay gets the consolation onto Felon, but that's gonna be it. He's still got 2 soldiers coming in on him, and he is gonna get napalmed and choke, as King's Crew have a fantastic repush, and they're gonna roll this right into second.
If I was Prevail, I'd be running 2 Vaccinator medics. If King's Crew is gonna run 4 explosive classes, why wouldn't you just run all Vaccinator? You just run explosive resistance, you'll defer almost all of the damage you take. When a team tries to kind of stack up on one class, that's where the Vaccinator become very strong. It's when they have to, it kind of forces them to have to diversify what they're doing here. And so only 1 medic, only 1 Vaccinator medic up here for the defense. Double Demoman heavy and a sniper here, as well as a Pyro for Prevail to try to defend this. As it looks like he actually, nice reflect out of BM, as well as with the flare's going to clean that up. So 2 frags,
coming
that's not going to
though.
stop.
Yeah, they're all in on point right now. It's just Sandblast left alone.
What?
They just C9'd this. They all went into lobby. Some 200 IQ player in King's Crew called flank him through Shutter. They did that. No one responded, and Sandblast was left to just 1v5 the point.
Yeah, BM was really aggressively out here. He like went up. He could have stuffed that if he saw it coming, but I think he just must have went a little bit earlier down in the fight there, and we're already up 2-1 here. Match point in the favor of King Crew, so we'll see what they can do. Delman out here early on the fight. 2 soldiers, a pyro, and a Delman here for King Crew, so they are 1 less on the soldier side. But so far, a pretty slow mid-fight. Both teams taking their own right side.
Yeah, Shay gonna get bombed though, so there's not gonna be a sniper on the side of Prevail, putting them at a numbers disadvantage right now. They do have the double meds right now, but you know, they don't have a whole lot of reach on these dragon classes. So they're gonna get forced back. King's Crew's own choke as both teams have wrapped each other. Soldier Jump's coming out and the Uber's gonna get popped off already. King's Crew coming out ahead in the frags right now. And it looks like this should be their own mid. Rain and BM gonna try to escape. The quick fix getting popped right now, so they have a brief moment of respite. Oh, here comes Rain in onto Lucrative, gonna find the men, and there's Lizard bombing in from behind, getting onto Exile, not gonna find any damage on him, but he's got the heals. Oh, that's low HP on BM. He is gonna go down to a roller, actually. Rain, though, getting cleanup frags, and Paul Dog gonna go down. It looks like it's just Rain with Shay alone in on this mid fight. Jonathan Michael maybe trying to go for the hero play, but no, decides to back off and seed the mid.
Yeah, that's Rain absolutely cleaning up there. Great job out of them not backing up and just using their own advantage. And actually, Sandblast, he spots another advantage as Oki is going to be taken down there trying to back up from Seward. And so that's going to just give them even more to go in here. 6v4 fight as neither team has really a medic charge to be able to do much with. Kritzkrieg up for King's Crew right now. But the Vaccinator should be able to take care of that. But here comes in Soldier Bomb in. Oh my gosh! Phelan takes down 2, and Jonathan takes down a 3rd, and it will look so good for Prevail. It's going to force them to have to walk out of mid with their tail between their legs, and maybe even with less as they're trying to get pushed out onto.
And these soldiers are just so terrifying. Playing to Falcon gonna go in. He might have been able to get something, but he actually clears off of that. So good job by Lizard, able to, I think he hit him with an air pipe or something there. But yeah, King's Crew are gonna come in on this mid. Lucrative almost up on this Kritzkrieg. And with a quick fix on the other side, there's no Vax now. It looks like it's just an Uber. So they're not going to have anything to block this with any immediacy. The crits gets popped out. Exile coming in. All he has to do is land 1, but he's not able to hit them. Only chunks a little bit off of Blizzard. And this crits is a disaster. No frags being found. Sandblast kiting out Jonathan Michael. And it's going to end with Exile and the rest of King's Crew running again. This time, tail between their legs. And we're likely going to see Prevail take mid back right here.
Yeah, they're pushing in very aggressively. Delman over the top. He's trying to cut them out so they can't get through choke. It's just one medic to be able to do this, but actually, somehow the medic is able to get back out, but Elon comes back in, takes down BM, so one medic is down. Just the medigun up here for Prevail as they're going to come down with this midpoint, though the Delman here is trying to cut off choke right now for them, as well as the scout, and so we'll see what they want to do. The Krieg will come up before the Medigun, so I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do with that, because the Kritzkrieg, it's actually at 100% now. I think they're going to go with this early, because you want to use that before the Medigun comes up, and here they go, through IT.
Yeah, crits are going to come out onto the soldier right now.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, Jets goes down right before he's able to get that Uber. We're going to see Lazar surf all the way out, but he's going to get forced out through IT. Exile, the only person on King's Crew going down right here. So maybe they said, all right, Exile, you don't get the crits this time. We're going to give it over to Paul Dog, and he does a fantastic job with it. Mid is actually still in the favor of Prevail right now, but they're going to take that and second, it looks like, in short order. Rain on this heavy in on second, maybe going to be able to do something, but now he's going to get spammed out, goes down to the arrow, takes Fallon down with him, but otherwise it looks like King's Crew are positioning themselves to win this match.
Yeah, and they're going to get one more. Sandblast trying to make a play onto the medic, but he's just going to hurt his team. But fortunately, no one from King's Crew is capping that flank. Finally, the scout will come onto it, but that's going to give enough time for the respawns to come up here. 4 players alive for the defense. Make that 5 seconds until the next one comes out. Here comes up the Kritzkrieg. Oh, it gets BM inside of spawn. Another one's going to go down. It's just 4 players here to defend it. The scout's going to get taken down on point, but another Kritzkrieg is going to try to get more as it's just Rain. 2 players left alive. Now it's Jets. The Miracle Dillman play, but I don't think it's going to be enough. King's Crew should almost certainly come down with it, and they do. 3-1, and there you go. Prevail's undefeated record gets taken out inside of this league. And once again, another very quick matchup despite these defensive classes on the final point, as King Crew is going to even out their position to 2-1.
Yeah, just that was a really back and forth game. I have to say, I feel like after that second round, you know, where we saw the double meds come out of Prevail, I was really thinking that, you know, King's Crew are going to they're going to have to do something about that triple soldier, right? You think if you have a Vax and another med or just 2 Vaxes, you know, exactly as you said, what are you going to do with 4 explosive classes into a double vax? We saw Jonathan Michael have a hero play in one of those mids, but you can't expect one scout to consistently be able to 1v6 the enemy team. But it felt like he just disrespected that soldier. Shay staying on sniper, I think, may have been a mistake, as he never was able to find any frags on the mid, always the first to go down. And then we just see the rest of the once that sniper goes down, the skies are clear, commence bombing, and even with the double meds, the triple soldier squad on King's Crew is going to be able to break through those heals and pull this out.
Yeah, I mean, just a really great job. It just kind of felt like Prevail were always like right on the edge of having a good push, but they just weren't able to do it. Honestly, I think that Prevail might have been able to do a little bit more. Again, I think if they would have thought about it of going into the double vaccinator, overrunning the quick fix and stuff like that, just again, like punish King's Crew over reliance on explosive classes, really make them have to worry about that because like what's the downside? It's like if they're running a demo in 4 soldiers and you push into them and they have quick fix or they have uber charge or they even the crit screen, it's like they're not going to do anything to you. So all you have to do is just go explosive. All right, I'm not going to die now. And so I'm kind of surprised. I think Prevail had a chance here. It was a very very close game between these two teams. But what are you seeing here out here in the logs as we're taking our first look at it?
I mean, we see Sam Blast doing really well, and we saw him constantly performing on those mids. Jonathan Michael as well. With all of these Vax medics and explosive classes, I don't think it's a surprise that the 2 scouts top frag. But otherwise, I mean, the logs, at least if you sort it, when you're sorting in terms of kills, are fairly diverse. We can't see the frag totals from each team. I'm gonna try to pull those up on my own right now. But let's see, do we? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull those up, but it doesn't look like any team got massively outperformed.
It was 48-42, so this was a very very close matchup. Also want to point out again, I just want to point out the match round times because this is crazy for how tight this game was and how back forth it was. Minute 39, 2 minutes 41 seconds, 2 minutes 5 seconds, and the longest round was at the end there, 4 minutes and 29 seconds. These are blazing fast times here, despite how incredibly close these frags were overall. But yeah, Paul Dog coming in big there. He had some different class switches. He had the big play with the Kritzkrieg as well. And then we had the Scout coming in with 14 frags as well. So kind of it was really just back and forth. You have Prevail, King's Crew, Prevail, Prevail. In terms of the top 5 fraggers inside of that game. But I think honestly, this game just comes down to pushes and class compositions and strategy. Like I think either of these teams could have won this game today. I think it ultimately was just the strategy on the side of King's Crew was better and not countered by Prevail. And so I'm very curious to see.
I was gonna kind of pick up off of that. I feel like it was less the strategy was better and more just the execution from Prevail wasn't really there. I still have this nagging, kind of thought in the back of my head that like triple soldier in a demo shouldn't work in this format. You know what I mean? Like if they do this again, I'm not sure if we're going to see another 5 CP week, since I know that's up in the air whether or not week 5 would be 5 CP. But if we see it again and they run that same strat again against any of the other teams that saw them do this, I would not be surprised if you saw that double vax coming in. Maybe you get a pyro to just reflect these rockets back. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that strategy kind of collapse in front of them. It worked out here because it didn't feel like Prevail was prepared. But I'd be very interested to see what King's Crew would have done, had that strat been getting punished harder.
Yeah, it would have definitely. I mean, this stuff's still early on, and we're kind of doing with this stuff, but it is really interesting to see, with that stuff. So I'm actually really curious, because it's just the different strats, how the different strats are countered, what are the good class lineups, and that's one thing that I was talking about. I made a Reddit post about is that I think that's what's interesting about how quickly these rounds are going is I'm wondering if a lot of people believed that the ability to stack defensive classes would stalemate this game and make it impossible to push and yada, yada, yada. And I'm kind of wondering, at least in 5 CP, but it hasn't proven itself to be true in Payload either, is I'm wondering if the multiple classes and multiple medics doesn't actually make it easier to defend, but it makes it easier to push. And that's why we're seeing all these really, really fast times, is that it's actually like there's more offensive tools in people's lineups to be able to deal with, heavies or double demos and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just really interesting. And I'm very curious. I'm very excited to see what we see next week. It's going to be Koth Viaduct, the original Viaduct as well. So no connector. Very excited about that. And so I'm very curious to see what we're going to be. And these are going to at least have longer matches, longer than 15 minutes for entire games.
Well, I mean, I think you could get a full half of Viaduct done in what, like 3.5 minutes around if you
Yeah, I guess
shut
if you
someone
don't,
out. So
if you deny it, technically speaking, that's true. But that's very unusual to
yeah,
never.
I would doubt that would happen. But yeah, seeing it on seeing the no classes, the no limits on COD, I think is going to be very interesting too because it's such a smaller map. So spam could be that much more prevalent. But who's not to say that you get 3 snipers up on Cliff, China, and concrete and just deny the entire map. What happens from engineers having minis on both sides of the point. I do
Yeah,
think that
multiple
is
multiple minis.
exactly, yeah. Spam the mini. It's in main. Oh, but it's also on concrete and on cliff. What do we do? How do we edge?
Well, that's the thing that's interesting. Is that about that real quick? Is one of the reasons I wanted to take away connector and go back to the original was one to go back to what Valve's map was, but two is that connector being filled in actually allows the flex classes to see more gameplay because they don't have to worry about a soldier locking them out. They can now build a sentry gun on connector and they can do that freely. They can now have a heavy up there freely without being sniped out instantly or have the soldier pressure him. Anybody to pressure them has to come across point, and I think that creates a really interesting dynamic, and I'm really curious to see what that's going to bring at high level play. So
Yeah, and as much as I love watching these matches live, I almost want to jump like a season or two of this into the future just to look at all the data that you get. You know what I mean about
yeah,
how do push times compare in the top divisions versus the lower divisions because we're seeing these fast games
it's fast
in invite.
everywhere.
Yeah,
I
is.
have all of the
Yeah,
data
that's
from
true. Yeah.
so I actually did the calculations because
Huh.
we did it for Gully Wash, and so I did it for process just to see if it matched up. And I think the average time was, I think, slightly higher than Gully Wash, but I think that comes down to the map. I think it was 4 minutes roughly overall.
Wow.
And then I looked at UGC in the same week because again, a lot of the players playing UGC as well. And again, it's not comparing one league over to another or saying one league's better than another because a lot of people got confused about that. It was just literally what are the times like. And in UGC, the average time was around 5 minutes. So it's about a minute faster in both Gully Wash and in this week as well, that these are seeing. We're seeing it also in the high level gameplay. It's these blazing fast times. And I just think it's all just really interesting in kind of what that says about how the game has evolved. Because I don't think we would have seen the same thing 10 years ago. I think there was a reason why this failed 10 years ago when people tried it. But I think now with the skill level of everybody, it's really interesting to see all of this come together over the time and what it all means. So
And yeah, it's just there's so many questions, right? Because you've always kind of like thought about what this could be, right? You think if you remove class limits, could you solve TF2? Could you come up with a god comp or at least a comp that'll always be the best in every situation? 2 years from now, if this keeps
right,
up, are we gonna see every team running the same comps on every point, or no? And I think that for regardless of what game mode you like to play, whether it's Highlander, traditional sixes, restrictive sixes, even Prolander, there's always kind of some kind of meta to it, right? You're always expecting similar
right.
things. Even within Prolander, yeah, you may have a spy instead of a sniper, but it's still one of each class. When maybe we're gonna see the 4 engineer short circuit, uprising in 2021. Like I don't know, because
I'm very excited about this. It's
feels
fun.
like we're standing on the edge of a very big cliff right now, and what's on the other side of that is
Yeah, I
remains
can
to be
simply
seen.
say that none of anything that we've seen is what I thought we'd be seeing. Like none of the data that we're seeing coming back from this is what I thought we'd see. So this is really really exciting to me to be learning so much from this experience so far, and also just to know that it's like pretty fun. A lot of people are enjoying it. That's the thing that's surprised. I thought it would be shitty. Like I thought we would do this. I thought we like my main reason of doing this was to be like Valve. Look at how shitty this is. Can you please fix this? You know, and what we're finding is like this is interesting. People like this.
Maybe they were onto something. Yeah, I
So
mean, I
we'll see.
yeah, probably
But
depends
wait,
on the maps
right, and
too.
it
But
depends on if the meta develops. Like maybe there's a meta that comes up. Like we don't know yet. Like maybe we need to wait till the end of the season till playoffs to see the meta come in that's really really horrible to play because it's still entirely possible that this format can be like dissolved very very quickly as soon as somebody figures out that god meta that's terrible to play against. But either way, I think we'll wrap it up there. as you guys can enjoy our speculative talk and whatnot. Hope you guys enjoying yourselves. After we get done with this cast, we're gonna give a host. We're doing a new thing where we host somebody from the winning team on Twitch. So we're gonna be hosting Lucrative, who played on King's Crew. So stick tuned for that. Alto, before we go, any shouts you want to give?
Shout out to. I want to give a shout out to Boar for coming up on engineer when defending last to save Speedy's sentry gun. I think that was
pretty cool.
that was a very platonic solid and an absolute bro move, and he should be commended for it.
Yeah, I gotta kudos to everybody. This was just both games are really fun and exciting to watch, really back and forth, which is albeit short, but still fun to watch. Just wish they went on a little bit longer, to be honest. But either way, great games. Thank you everybody for coming out here tonight. Again, we'll be back next week. We'll also have Prolander and as well as Sixes games going on. It'll be Koth Viaduct. It'll be Upward on Prolander. We have a great Prolander season coming up here. But I think with that, give some hearts in chat for Dolphin doing great work with us as always. But I don't think there's really too much else to say. Thank you everybody for coming out here. Thank you for your support inside of RGL. And I think we'll leave it off with that. And we'll give a nice host over. So give a shout out to Lucrative as we raid him after we cut this off. Thank you so much for everybody hanging out with us. And we'll see you next night.